Hello, WhatCulture fan. I am Simon from WhatCulture, and do I have the treat for you today? Because we're around about halfway through the year, we're going to go through WWE up to this point, and we're going to give all the good bits an up, and we're going to give all the bad bits a down. And I think that is pretty damn awesome. I'm going to remind you about all the things you loved, and I'm also going to make you sad by reminding you about all the stuff that you hated. But enough of that, and let's get to upping some downing in 2017. The first thing that does spring to mind when I cast my mind back over the year is, of course, everything that happened between Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho, especially the Festival of Friendship, and us getting a huge up. Jericho's run here was my favourite that he's ever had, and he kept me grinning and smiling like some kind of stupid idiot. And you see what he did there. But he got that over, and he got a list over, and he got a scarf over, and none of that should have worked, but it did. He was really entertaining, and all of that was fantastic. On top of that, he had the best person in the world to play off of, which was of course Kevin Owens, and he did his job wonderfully as well. Equal to Jericho and just as fun, it all built up to the big turn at the Festival of Friendship, and as much as that pulled at your heartstrings, it was just damn good television. Maybe brought a little tear to your eye. Nobody wanted to see this happen. Jericho looked broken. It was one of the best splits we've seen in recent years. So good work WWE, and good work Kevin Owens, and good work Chris Jericho. You've got an up for 2017. You should be really happy. Which brings us to up number 2, because in 2017, we saw the debut of one Samoa Joe. When you think about that, it's bonkers. If I had even told you a few years ago that one day independent sensation Samoa Joe was going to turn up on Raw, you would have laughed at me, and then you would have got home that night, and while you were cooking your dinner, you would have laughed again. Then you would have gone to sleep because you need your recovery. But when you woke up, you would have continued to have laughed. That's how preposterous at one time that thought was. But he is there now, and he's tearing it up. Quite literally, we're talking about his first night in, because he did pop up as Triple H's henchman, and he actually injured Seth Rollins. But luckily it wasn't that bad, and from there he's just gone from strength to strength. I mean, his feud with Rollins wasn't the best, but it didn't matter, because everything he's been doing the last few weeks has been amazing. Everything he's doing with Brock Lesnar is some of the best stuff we've seen on Raw, not only in 2017, but in a long time. So how can we not give him an up? Right now, Samoa Joe's the man. He's a damn highlight of the year, and that's why we're talking about him now. You keep being you, Samoa Joe. You're proof positive that we can all achieve our dreams. It hasn't all been good though, of course, and if we are talking about downs, we have to start talking about Bayley, and it genuinely pains me to say that. But it's a down. Now, there have been great moments here on the day they actually happened. She beat Charlotte's pay-per-view streak. She won the WWE Women's title. She did get good reactions for a while. So 2017 hasn't actually been a complete bust for her. But everything around this has been poor. She was given all these successes at the wrong time. Her character now is treated like a joke, and recently, she's been getting booed. Bayley, childhood favourite, getting booed. She did win the title too soon, and then there was that awful "This Is Your Life" segment, and then she had a kendo stick on a pole match with Alexa Bliss. I mean, let's be honest, the sooner we can forget about all that and move on, the better. Bayley still has plenty of upside, of course, and let's hope the latter part of the year treats her a lot better, and not like she's just some crusty old piece of bread. Back to Uptown though, because there's no way I ain't giving an up to Breezango's Fashion File segment. So yeah, it's an up. Once again proving that there's loads of talent on the WWE roster at the moment that aren't being used. These nuggets of nonsense were so good, I bet they weren't even meant to last as long as they did, but someone backstage was like, we can't kill these, they're too good, and they are too good. It's pro wrestling perfection too, because on paper, they sound terrible, but on execution, they're fantastic, and they do what they're meant to do, and that allows you to warm to Breezango, and then you want them to do well, because they're getting over. I really do hope this results in a big push for the team, and allows them to do more going forward. I like a bit of silliness in my pro wrestling every now and then, and this was silliness done right. Another up for 2017 was the match between John Cena and AJ Styles at the Royal Rumble. If you haven't seen it, go and watch it. It was absolutely wonderful. That does, however, lead to another down though, because in retrospect, the fallout from it was utterly stupid. So down. There was nothing wrong with Cena beating AJ here to win his 16th world title and tie Ric Flair's record. Although it's not actually true, that's gibberish, because the real number of Ric Flair world title reigns is actually a lot more. But that aside, John Cena then went and lost it within 2 weeks. What? Going down at the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view, where Cena did drop it to Bray Wyatt, he didn't even defend it in the interim, so it was all pointless. Pointless. It was clearly done so that when Cena does re-enter the world title picture, he can start looking to actually beat Flair's reign. But then why did we take the belt off Styles and treat this like it was a joke? So like I say, damn. It's like a domino effect when we bring that up too, because we did bring that up, and we brought up Bray Wyatt, and I'm really sorry, but he's a down. Aside from a lackluster run with the big belt, we had all that stuff with Randy Orton, and let's face it, that's some of the worst stuff we've seen in a while. And that wasn't Bray or Orton's fault, and there were flashes of brilliance. When Randy was burning down houses and Wyatt was crying like it was real, there was something there. It was exciting. I thought it was going to get really good. But then we were introducing Crew 6 or whatever WWE called it, powers, magic, lightning, and then of course at WrestleMania 33, we had a haunted overhead projector that would beam maggots into the ring. Given that a large portion of Wyatt's promos have also been the very definition of mumbo jumbo, and it has been a very hard and a very difficult year for Bray Wyatt. But here's hoping. It's only fair to give a shout out and an up to the Miz and Maurice though, who have had a fantastic opening to 2017. They are indeed awesome. From Miz's ever improving promos to the total bullshit Bella skits they did, no matter what show they've been on, they've been incredibly entertaining right down to the Miz destroying the grandfather clock that Maurice got for him because he thought it was Dean Ambrose. It was good. A good segment. Seemingly able to survive any kind of bad booking or bad writing, they have become a major asset for WWE, and at one point we wouldn't have been saying that, so it's only fair to give them their props here. Now WWE, I don't mind the teases, don't break them up. Which brings us to Jinder Mahal. Now it's actually quite hard to know what to do here, because a lot of it had been out of Jinder's control. However, there is one big reason that does justify it, and that's why it's getting down. Now I'm all for opportunity, and before you go off in the comments, I'm overwhelmed that Jinder Mahal is WWE Champion. I'm glad that he's been given this chance, and I hope he does really well, but let's face it, WWE handled the whole thing terribly. As opposed to allowing the Jinder character to grow and get some wins, which means organically he would have started to feel like a bigger deal and get over with the crowd, WWE just woke up one day, pulled the trigger and went kaboom, Jinder Mahal. You're a main eventer now, and that never works. Just the truth of the matter, doesn't work. If you'd built him, he would now feel more special. And I get that it was done for the expansion into India, but not doing it that way left a lot of money on the table because there were a load of big names we could have put Mahal in programs against before he got to the top. And that would have been better, we could have enjoyed that. And he's doing fine as champ, and I get a kick out of him, but to be honest, take a step back, WWE could have utilised him and his talent a lot more. And just because you're already wound up with what I've just said, let's just keep hammering that home because Roman Reigns is here. Hi Roman, he's getting an up. And of course there is a lot that we could and should poke holes in, especially if we go back to the start of the year. Also, if you're going to pick him to retire The Undertaker, that should be the focal point of that character pretty much forever. You don't just forget about it, which is what they kind of done. But given how he handled that post-Mania Raw where he was booed to hell, and he kind of just took it all in and enjoyed it and created that amazing moment, right down to the fact that he now walks out to the ring and kind of acts like a snarky asshole. Well, I really enjoyed Roman Reigns in 2017. And again, it hasn't been perfect, and him coming out at number 30 in the Royal Rumble gets the biggest down out of all the downs in this video, but he does feel like he's evolved throughout the months. That's all you can ask for your wrestlers. It feels like he's getting better. If he does actually get coronated again at WrestleMania next year, then we can come back and reconsider this, because that is just not listening to the fans. But let's not forget, he's also been involved with all the Braun Strowman stuff, and that is a massive up. Of course it's an up. What's better than Braun Strowman right now? I don't just mean in pro wrestling, I mean in life. Braun Strowman is amazing, and he's getting 3 ups. Ready? Up, up, up. How on earth he's managed to do this is anybody's guess. But seeing Braun pretty much come out throughout the year and whoop Roman's ass whenever he feels like it has been exceedingly entertaining, and he himself as a character has as well. I love it when he comes out and goes, "Raw!" It's awesome. I feel like not only does he have a huge upside, but he's got a load of room for improvement as well, which makes him a bona fide hero. Well done, Braun. You proved everybody wrong, and I respect that. And I'm saying the same for Goldberg. I know he made his official comeback last year, but I thought everything he did this year in the build-up to WrestleMania and his big brawl with Brock Lesnar was fantastic, so he's getting an up too. I know he destroyed Kevin Owens and that did suck, but but I loved all the fallout from it, and let's face it, I was so excited about my dad going against Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. Honestly, I was pumped for it. It's what I wanted to see, and the match didn't let me down, so how can I stand here in front of you and pretend I didn't enjoy it? Because I did. I genuinely hope Billy Boy comes back every now and then, just spears someone, jackhammers them, and I can sit down on my sofa and enjoy it. And while we're here, Brock Lesnar was amazing too. So was Paul Heyman, of course. Trifecta of gold right there. Now obviously I've missed loads because so much happens on WWE TV. If I went through all of it, we'd be here all day, and that would be great, but it's not realistic. So get ready, prepare yourself, and here's some quickfire ups and downs. DIY breaking up on NXT was a massive up. WrestleMania 33 going 722 hours was a massive down. AJ Styles has been a consistent up ever since he arrived in WWE, and that goes for 2017 too, and he's probably the best wrestler in the world right now, so he's an up. Sami Zayn's treatment has been one big down. The Hardy Boys returning at WrestleMania 33 was probably the most entertaining and satisfying up ever, maybe. Neville is the uppiest of all ups. 205 Live is the downiest of all downs. Charlotte just losing her pay-per-view streak for no reason when it didn't tie into anything was a down. The Superstar Shake-Up was probably a down. Probably. Enzo and Cass's recent split was an up. Everything that Stephanie McMahon did prior to WrestleMania 33 was a down. And when we look at it overall, Mick Foley, while he's vanished now, you were a big fat up. Now don't forget to leave a comment below and let us know your ups and downs from 2017, and let us know which ones we missed. Like, share and subscribe. Follow WhatCulture on Twitter at WhatCultureWWE, and then head on over to WhatCulture.com to read as much as you can. I am Simon from WhatCulture, and this was a very special edition of Ups and Downs. I really enjoyed it. I hope you did too.